Welcome back, guys. Last week we shared some super exciting news with you. And that brings us on to van life. What are we going to do about van life?
Well, we've only got Campervan! Look at it! Look at this beauty! So it only feels fitting to introduce you to our new pack member, Dork.
In this series we're going to be bringing you along on everything from the mistakes,
the problem solving,
and the decision making. See what it takes to turn this van into a rolling home.
Hi guys, we are Nic and Sam, and this right here is Lord Onyx. We have been living and travelling in self-built camper vans since 2018, and between us we have converted 4 vans. For the past few series we have been vlogging our van life adventures, which has taken us through Spain, Portugal, Scotland, Norway and Germany. But if you know anything about van life, a build is always calling. So this time around, Terra will be resting her wheels whilst we take on the challenge of building van number 5. So this is Dork. It's all in the number plate. She's an old soul, but in really good nick. Dork has always been a local to the area, and in her past life she used to carry carpets around for a living. And she's a Libra, just like Sam.
If you watched our last video, guys, you'll know in detail why we're embarking on another van build. And if you haven't watched it, why not?
Oh my god.
In short, we're basically embarking on this because it's going to provide us with some extra space, and because we want to rent it out, make some extra income whilst we're off road tripping.
Okay, so a little bit about the van. This time we've gone for a Renault Master medium wheelbase 2006. It's got 100k miles on the clock, and the payload is just shy of 1,500 kilograms, and we paid a total of £5,500 for it.
But that price does include a premium package which we pay extra for. It includes an extended warranty, which is basically all parts, MOT, service. And the guys were just brilliant, really.
And with the MOT as well, like anything that came up on the MOT, they would fix that as part of the price, unless it was like a really huge job, but then they would just call us and let us know what the issue was, and then we'd decide how we want to progress, whether we want to just withdraw our deposit or carry on, and we'd figure things out like that. We've actually got a video on how to select a van for you, so if you're looking to buy a van to turn into a camper van, it's definitely worth watching, and you can find the link to that in the card above or in the description below. Right guys, it's time to show you around inside the van, starting with the cab. It is old, but it is in really good condition. For example, this seat, there is no rip on the side, and if you know vans, you know there's always rips on the side of the driver's seat. So we're going in. It's got some cool little features like an ashtray, a magazine holder, drink holders and a locked glove compartment. The van also has aircon and electric windows, which I'm really chuffed about because of Onyx, and also my last van LL didn't have it and it was newer, so really happy with that. And then I thought this was quite a cool feature, so I was looking for the horn the other day and I was like, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? It's here, and listen to it. It sounds so retro, doesn't it? Anyway, to the back of the van.
So this van actually already came fully ply lined and carpeted. We're yet to get it all down and check behind it, but we think that there's already insulation as well, and the ply looks to be in good condition. Yeah,
so the plan is to rip the blue out. I really don't like the blue. Get all the carpet off, sand it all back, and revive the plywood. And if the insulation is in good condition, we'll keep that too, because it'll save us loads of money. So let's go further back.
Up here we've got some overhead storage.
And down here we've got a cabinet. So we've been super keen. We've already gone around like the charity furniture shops. So this one's from British Heart Foundation, 30 quid. Couldn't not grab it, could we?
It's absolutely stunning. I think the idea around the build is going to be to upcycle as much as we can.
Yeah, so this will be the kitchen unit at some point.
And over here we have our tyre. And this is definitely not going to be living in here because it doesn't look very comfortable as a pillow. So we need a solution to either put it on the back of the van on a ladder or on the roof.
So we're now going to measure up the space. We do have an idea of what it is from looking online, but it's so different to when the ply is in. So we're going to see what space we've got to work with. Right, so first measurement, the floor width, which is 173 centimetres. And then we measure just a little bit up here because the van tapers in. We know that's not going to be like perfect, but you just have to tweak your measurements as you build, don't you? Of course. So we'll go halfway, or like maybe where that dark patch is, because that's maybe where the... So about 174, so it's not that much different. I bet to you guys the measuring tape's like whew. But yeah, so it's not too much different. It's quite square at the bottom, so I'll write that down.
And for the floor we have
1 187.
Ooh, 187 centimetres, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So I'm 5'6" and you're
5'10".
Yeah. So you can see, like, this is what we've got.
It's quite a lot of space, but it's not insulated under the floor though, is it?
No, and I'm not sure we're going to, do we yet?
No.
We're not sure.
Still a lot of decisions to make.
Yeah. So for the length, we've got 319 centimetres, but here we take two measurements because the bulkhead is curvy. So, and it's curved because of the seats go back and forth in the front, the driver's seat. So it needs to accommodate that. So depending on what we do with the bulkhead and where we decide to position it, depends on the length we've got for the van. So yeah, 219 for the first one.
So here we're measuring from the curve of the bulkhead to the indent, so we know what the difference is, so we can take it away from the length, so then we know what we've got to work with. And here it says it's about 10 centimetres, give or take, so that gives us 309 centimetres.
In total, the van is a width of 173 centimetres, a height of 187, and the length is 319/309, depending on what we do with the bulkhead.
Yeah, and with these measurements, that now can help us do better decide the layout and the size of everything that we're going to put in there.
We have a few layouts in mind already, but we couldn't decide which one until we knew the exact measurements, really. So we're looking forward to picking the exacts. And I think in next week's or in one of the videos going forward, we're going to show you how we design our layouts and why. But for us in here, our priority is a 2 metre length bed. Because this is going to be a rental, we want to be able to accommodate everyone. So we know we won't be having a static sideways bed, which I'm a little bit gutted about, but
I think
it makes
good
sense
without it,
yeah.
It makes more space.
And when we were in LL, you just get used to putting it away and everything like that. But I do like a static bed, but I think that's because I'm lazy. So the exterior of the van, starting with the windows, we're going to have one on the side door as always, and also on the barn doors. We're going to go for different windows than we usually do. We normally have the slidey ones, but we want some pushy out ones because of the rain. I don't know what the technical word is, and I've built 5 vans, but that works. So moving around to the back, it actually has come with a tow bar, which I'm really chuffed with because they're a couple £100 as it is. God knows what we're going to be towing around, but it's just nice to have. On the back as well, we're thinking of getting a ladder and maybe a bike rack. We're not too sure yet. We just needed to figure out what we're doing with the tyre and wheel first before we can make a final decision. And the ladder is so they can get to the decking on the roof. Again, that's just like really blue sky thinking. We don't know exacts yet. We've got to figure it all out. So that is the plans with the exterior of the van. Right guys, we're going to wrap that up here. I hope you've enjoyed meeting the new pack member, Dork.
We are super excited to get started with this build, but we're going to be taking it a little bit slow just so we can document everything and show you guys what it truly takes to build a van out. Yeah, and if you've got any questions at all, let us know in the comments below. And you know what to do, guys. If you enjoy our vlog, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. And we'll catch you next week. Ciao!